Hey, fam bam.
Hey, fam bam. Okay, whoa, wait, the letters. Okay, there we are. Hey, guys.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back. It's Love Month.
It is indeed. It's all about love, Lerato, Lorenzo.
Wenana.
Yes, but before we get into the video,
Here too.
what must the people do?
Hey, if you're new and you're not a fam bam, I get you want to be a part of this. Trust me, you do. Trust me. No, seriously, you do. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but seriously, you do though. Subscribe. One more. Yeah. That bell, click, done, finish.
And a special shout out to all our fam famers, the notification gang.
You guys, awesomeness. You know, I wish we could read out everybody's name right now. But yo, guys, there's so many of you guys.
There's a lot.
But we'll make a plan.
We love you.
Someday. But we love you. Yeah, galerata.
So getting in the topic of love, we want to push that aside and talk about self-love.
Yeah, but yes. So yeah, in the previous video, if you haven't watched it, please do catch up. Right here, there's the link. We spoke about the importance of friendship first.
Yeah.
Right. We this is, by the way, guys, this is our thoughts, our method of things on how to pursue love and sustainable love, especially in marriage.
Correct.
The phases that you don't want to skip. But hey, guys, we're not love doctors. Nah? We don't have degrees in this thing.
We do not
we just
at
have
all.
a few years. Nah?
We just have experience.
Yeah, experience. That's all we have. And so we're giving what we know. Hopefully it'll help. If you know better ways, hey, go for it.
Please do comment down in the comment section and just let us know and help the rest of the fan base, because we are family.
We family. And I know there's people who want love. So yes, babe, self-love.
Self-love.
Why is it important?
It's in love. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
What does the word love mean to you? You know, what is the true definition of love?
Yeah.
I looked it up in the dictionary. It's basically a deep affection for someone or something.
Or something.
Have you walked past the mirror and be like, hey,
I love what I see. I love it.
Mogale, you're looking all good. You know, you have to love yourself. But there's a big difference between being vain and confident. What is the difference?
That is true. You know, being vain, being confident. Wow, that's a good one. That's a very good one, because you don't want to come across as conceited, too full of yourself. Again, you don't want to come across as low self-esteem, and you're not confident in yourself, you're not self-assured.
There needs to be a balance.
There needs to be a balance, a very thin line. You know, you need to walk with pride, but not to be too proud.
And
that
boastful.
You boastful, you think, you're better than everybody else. The Bible reminds us that we should think of others as better as ourselves, better than ourselves. Very clear on that. But the Bible also does say that we should love our neighbors as much as we love ourselves.
That is correct.
So how are you loving yourself? How can I put it? The way you love yourself will determine how you love someone else, especially when you look into a relationship.
Exactly. So basically, I mean, how am I going to love Modise if I don't love myself? We'll end up being in situations or problems just because me, didn't love myself. And I expect now to treat Dise the way that I think of myself. So if I'm not giving myself words of affirmation, how do I expect to give Modise words of affirmation?
Exactly.
If I'm not gifting myself, sometimes, you know, you get paid and you don't even gift yourself with a small little gift. But yet you expect Modise or your partner to come bearing gifts, but yet you don't spoil yourself once in a while just to say thank you, because you are giving off too much to everybody else, but you're not giving yourself time, quality time. I know there's time that you need to spend with your partner, you all lovey-dovey, but there's time that you do need to spend apart alone. You know, there's times in the morning when you have quiet time with God, you also need quiet time with yourself, because when you're with yourself, you need to discover yourself more. If you feel like in the past you were a person who just, you know, were too full of yourself and people had comments about yourself, maybe if you take time to read books of self-development, of growing yourself, take that time to get to know who you are and
So important.
the values that you value most for yourself, then you can combine it with somebody else and then grow into a better person.
No, that's true. I love that. Well done, babe. Oof, wow. Hey, I don't know what happened. But I'm blessed here. I'm really blessed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but it's true what Rego's saying right here, because guys, you can't give off what you don't have as well. You understand? You can't pour out of an empty cup.
No, you can't.
You've got to be filled yourself.
Exactly.
Right? And of course, daily we should be asking for the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. We should ask God to refresh us, renew us, just pour out that anointing. You know, you want your cup to runneth over.
Amen.
So that you can give off of yourself. So it's very important that you do spend time alone and apart so that you can deal with self. You know, I like what you said, Jorge. You know, do you ever look into the mirror and just love what you see, the reflection? And we're not talking superficial stuff here, fam bam. We know that we all have blemishes and we have scars and we have
But
acne.
you can love yourself through that.
Love yourself through those imperfections.
Because there's times, you know, your skin is not looking good and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so ugly. But look within, skin deep.
Yes,
you know,
skin deep.
Self-love is not only about taking care of the outside, but taking care of the inside. So if you are loving yourself mentally, you'll be able to love yourself externally as well.
That is true, and especially when it comes to the superficial aspect, because you find that you probably don't have the most expensive, or rather the most fashionable clothes that are trending right now, right? And you're thinking, okay, because I don't have the current trending clothes, I kind of don't love myself, or I can't afford to do those hairstyles, you know, I can't afford to have them lashes and all these other things. So therefore, how can I love myself? You know, because you're obviously weighing yourself up with the current societal norm.
Exactly.
But you're not looking at who God has made you to be, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Amen.
In the image of God. He took his time. He knitted you perfectly in your mother's womb. And you need to understand who you are. That's why I love the Bible when he says, when God says that you were created in my image. So if I'm created in the image of God, man, I'm gorgeous, I'm handsome, I stand out. I stand out. I'm unique. I'm not for you. Maybe I'm not for you, it's fine. But I'm for this lovely lady right here.
Exactly.
But love yourself, because honestly, for me, I had spent time growing up sort of reminding myself who I am.
Oh, that's great.
And speaking life into, you know, my situation of not liking myself, or thinking that I'm inadequate, not enough, you know, do girls like me, you know, am I tall, dark and handsome? No, I'm not. But I am who I am, and I'm handsome, I'm gorgeous as I am.
And how has that benefited you now getting into a marriage?
Yeah.
You loving yourself, and back then before you even started.
You know how it's benefited me? I don't have to wait for my wife to tell me, or anybody for that matter, to tell me, oh wow, you're so handsome. Oh, you're so this. No, I don't need to wait for that. Because you know what? I'm self-assured. I know who I am. So in my marriage, I don't wait for those words of affirmation. And I know that's one of the love languages as well, words of affirmation. But I don't really lean towards that one. You don't have to affirm me of anything, because I know who I am. Because I've had moments in my life spent with God, knowing who I am and speaking to self. You understand? Yes, I get feedback from people. Thank you if you think I'm however you think I am. But it's not going to blow my head off. You know, I'm not going to think that I'm, you know, Mr. Bow Wow walking around here. I am who I am. And in my marriage, I spend more time affirming my wife of her beauty, of her personality, her character, who she is becoming, because I've walked a long while with this gorgeous woman of mine, and I've seen her grow, and I see her grow daily. And the thought of where we started and how you started, you know, personally, how you were, you know, with the whole self-love. The self-love is not just for the ladies, it's for the guys as well. And a lot of the guys today, we're seeing and we're hearing a lot of men abusing women, guys taking advantage of ladies and girls. And it boils down to a lot of factors. I know there's a lot to it. It's not just about you alone, your psychology. Yes, it could be that you were brought up in a home that was disabled in the terms of there wasn't enough, how can I put it, father figure. Maybe you didn't have a father figure. Maybe you didn't have the correct counseling from the men in your community, friends that you chose. But exactly that. You need to be assured of who you are, guys. You need to know that you're a man, and that ladies, women depend on us to lead them. That someday you're going to be a man and a leader in your home, a man that's going to be looked up to by your children, by your wife, by your community. And you don't want to just settle for any woman, right? You and I, as a guy, you need to know who you are. You need to know what you are passionate about and what drives you as a man. You know, who do you want to become? You know, what kind of a man or father figure do you want to become someday to your kids, as well as for your wife? What example do you want to set? treat her like a queen, they say, right? Treat your daughters like princesses as well. I mean, you want your daughter to marry a man that is respectful, loving, ambitious, a man who knows who he is, and he's a lover of people, and that he is just somebody who's driven and really compassionate. Are you that person?
Yeah, so basically coming to my story, is that definitely different from DC.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give off too much of self-love, and that is wrong, because you end up, because the whole point is that I didn't want to be vain about it.
Yeah, so you didn't know how to cut that balance.
The balance of, I do need to love
Vain,
myself, I do need to give myself words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And the problem with that I've seen is that if you do not start that as a young person, you do become a little bit insecure when you do grow up. So it is very important to love yourself and know where you stand as a person. Like you say, because you are like, okay, God said that He loves you. Therefore, you are created in His own image. So whatever externally everybody says about you is good, but it shouldn't be so significant that it changes or wraps around your whole life, that you know, that you only stick to because of this person said I am this person. No, but it's because of who God says you are, and you about who you say you are.
That's it.
What you say to yourself every single day is so important. Because now you get into a relationship, and because I don't love myself, I allow DC to walk over me every single time because he's so strong and dominating. So it's important that when you become in a relationship, you get into a relationship, you know, you are both filled. You're both, you know where you stand with each other, and you can therefore give love so easily, so naturally. It's so much fun to be in love. So it's not only about, you know, getting gifts or whatever that it could be, you know, because it's Valentine's Day, you know, everybody's getting a lot of, you know, gifts, and you know, you see on social media, and you're like, oh, I also want that. But if you just sit back and look at your relationship and just remove all those things, all those materialistic things, and you look into this person's eyes and you be like, do I really love this person, and why? But it's because you loved yourself. Because before we even got married, I read books and devotions, and the one that stuck out for me was when they talked about you need to be selfless in love. Okay, how do I become selfless but still keep to my true self in that love? It's so easy, because when I'm selfless and if he's selfless, you know, you're already filling each other's cups. That then there's no need, or there's nothing lacking.
That's it.
Because there's confidence and there's reassurance in your love, because already you love yourselves. And then you flow so easily in a relationship. And that's just how I see self-love. Self-love has so many elements. You just need to take the time to figure out who are you as a person, and make sure that you can give off, because love is also about giving.
That's
not only receiving, but giving. Because when you give, I was telling DC yesterday about the story that, have you ever seen someone very happy? Have you ever met someone at a queue and they start chatting and they happy, but you feel the aura of that happy person? That's love. You know, you need to love yourself to a point that, you know what, if you see someone who else who's beautiful, it's not intimidating. Or if you see somebody else who's doing well for themselves, you're not jealous. There is no jealousy in love. But in Corinthians, love is kind, love is patient, love has no jealousy. It has nothing like that, because already you love yourself, and it's so easy then to give off that love and just have that much joy within you. You don't have to talk about people or anything like that. There's just nothing like animosity. There's nothing. It's just beautiful.
Pure love.
And just a side note to the ladies, you are so important. The moment you love yourself, the moment you just take time to nurture who you are, it is going to impact nations. Remember that, because there are so many women who are going to look up to you from a young age till you're an old woman. Imagine the women that have so much wisdom to give out to the young ones. So it is important to take time to make sure you nurture yourself, because if you're wounded from your past relationships, you know, you're still carrying that burden. Forgive. Forgiveness is so important, because once you forgive what has hurt you in the past, you can rebuild yourself and you can give out that wisdom to the next generations to come. if you are not there yet as a woman and you don't have children yet, make sure you get there. Take the time you need to fix or just adjust yourself and mold yourself into the woman that you want to become, that you desire, that you aspire, because you are that woman. You need to believe in yourself, and that's very important.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of how Christ walked when he was down on earth in his ministry. He never really spoke about himself. He just spoke about the Father. He spoke about the Father's love for people, and his aura, Jesus Christ's aura, was so much so that, man, just touching him, you just received power. You received what you were looking for from him. Powerful. He knew who he was. He knew he was the Son of God. He knew that he came for a mission. He didn't need to be told who he was. You understand? But moving to what you were saying about self-love, it's so important, because one of the traps, if you're not sure about yourself, you don't love yourself, you might look for love in the wrong places.
100%.
Wrong places, wrong people. You wonder why you're getting hurt. You end up, you know what, I'll settle for an older man that is old enough to be my father. You end up just settling. You end up settling because, you know what, you're desperate. Because you got needs, you got demands, you got bills to be paid, you want to live the high life. You end up looking for love in the wrong places. And I'm not saying it's wrong to fall in love with somebody that's 20 years older than you. No, love is love, right? But I'm saying that if you're not sure about who you are, you might just end up looking for love in the wrong places. You end up compromising who you are. You end up, like I said, settling and just, you know what, I'll do anything just so that I'm also in love. I also want to live this life and go to Dubai and travel.
And also take Instagram pictures.
Yeah, I want the grams. Yeah, I want to be on the grams. I want to trend as well. So yeah, that's our little chat about self-love. There's so much to speak about self-love. But what are your thoughts, Fanbad?
Yeah.
Down on the comment section. How can one improve self-love?
Do you love yourself, fam?
And if there's someone out there who's asking, how do I improve this? Besides the books, you know, besides all of that, Fam, help us. Maybe you have tips and ideas, or you've read something, you've seen something, and maybe you're a doctor in love. Share with us.
Thank you so much, Fam, for joining us. Do like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next video.
Or vlog.
Bye, fam.
Bye.